Hello students, let's continue with the explanation. Now we come to activity 6.2. No need to write this in copy. Caution, be careful while handing burning candle. Okay, so in this activity you need a burning candle, so you have to be very careful while you're handling that. Fix a lighted candle on the table, put a glass chimney over the candle and rest it on a few wooden blocks in such a way that air can enter the chimney. Observe what happens to the candle. So what you have to do, this is a glass chimney, so you need to put it over the candle, and here you need to put two wooden blocks. Okay, so two wooden blocks are there. On the top of the wooden blocks you are putting a glass chimney and inside there is the candle. Okay, observe the flame. Then finally put a glass plate over the chimney. Watch the flame again. What happens in all the three cases? So first you see that how air can enter the chimney. Observe what happens to the flame. So in the first case you need to observe what happens to the flame. Okay, so here you are putting the wooden blocks in such a way that air can enter the chimney. So you have to observe what happens to the flame. So in the first case, what will happen? The flame will extinguish. Definitely it will be put off because air can enter. Okay. Now remove the blocks and let the chimney rest on the table. So now what you do in the second case, you see here, you remove the two blocks and you let the chimney rest on the table. So the chimney is over the table now. Okay. Again observe the flame. Finally put a glass plate over the chimney. So now you again observe the flame in the second case. Okay. What happens? So chimney, remember, it is open from the top. It is open from the top. Okay. And in the third case, you are putting a glass plate over the chimney. Okay. Understood? So watch the flame again. What happens in all the three cases? Does the flame flicker off? Does it flicker and give smoke? Does it burn unaffected? Can you infer anything from the role played by air in the process of burning? Now what is your observation you see here? We find that for combustion air is necessary. So without air there will not be any kind of burning or any kind of combustion. The candle burns freely in case A when air can enter the chimney from below. So from below air can enter the chimney. So easily in case A the candle is burning. In case B, when air does not enter the chimney from below, the flame flickers and produces smoke. In case C, the flame finally goes off because air is not available. So air is not available at all. So now what happens? The chimney, it is not open from above. Okay, it is closed from above. The chimney is closed from above. So when you put the chimney over the candle, in the first case, because there are two wooden blocks, air can easily enter. So when air can easily enter, the candle is burning. Okay, because air is necessary for the process of combustion. In the second case, when you take off the wooden blocks, air cannot enter from any place. So the candle will flicker. Flicker means it will just shake and it will try to extinguish. Why it will remain burning for some time? Because some air is already present here. Some air will already be present. Okay. So when some air is already present, so for few seconds the candle will burn, then it will flicker off. And in the third case, when you have put the glass plate, okay, that means you have put some weight above it so that air cannot enter from anywhere. Okay, then the candle will not burn at all. Okay, why it will not burn? Because there is no air to help in the process of burning. So now I think you understood how air is important for the process of burning, or how oxygen is important for burning. Okay, air means actually oxygen is important for burning. Okay. So you might have heard that when the clothes of a person catch fire, the person is covered with a blanket to extinguish fire. Suppose there is fire in a building, there are people inside, and the clothes of the person, catch fire. So how will you protect the person? You will wrap that person with a thick blanket. Okay. Now recall some of your experiences. Does the matchstick burn by itself? How does it burn? No, it does not burn by itself. It needs oxygen for burning. You must have had an experience of burning a piece of paper. Does it burn when a burning matchstick is brought near it? Yes. Okay, so when you bring a burning matchstick and you put the paper on the flame, definitely the paper will burn. Can you burn a piece of wood by bringing a lighted matchstick near it? Why do you have to use paper or kerosene oil to start fire in wood or coal? So if you burn a piece of wood, you just bring a lighted matchstick near it, try to burn it, it will burn after some time. And you must have observed that you need paper or kerosene oil to start fire in wood or coal. So simply by just using matchstick, it will burn, but it will extinguish after some time. So if you put kerosene oil will accelerate the process of burning. It will fasten the process of burning. Similarly, paper also will accelerate or fasten the process of burning. Have you ever heard of forest fires? Definitely we have heard, isn't it? Sometimes there is fire in the forest and that is very, very dangerous, and it is not possible to stop such forest fires. During extreme heat of the summer, at some places dry grasses catch fire. That is because of the extreme heat. Okay, and the grass is dry. So remember, green grass will not catch fire easily because green grass has moisture or water in it. Okay, right? So when the grass is dry, okay, or when the leaves are dry, there is no moisture or there is zero moisture in it. So when there is zero moisture in it, easily fire can be caught. And from grasses it spreads to trees, and very soon the whole forest is on fire. Very, very difficult to stop such fires. Okay. Do these experiences tell you that different substances catch fire at different temperatures? Yes. Okay, so at different temperatures, different substances will catch fire. That means some substances catch fire easily. Some substances need some time to catch fire. Okay. This is very important. What is ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature. So what is ignition temperature? It is the lowest temperature. Okay, the lowest temperature at which a substance will catch fire. Can you tell now why a matchstick doesn't catch fire on its own at room temperature? It will never catch fire on its own. You have to strike it with something. Okay. Why does the matchstick start burning on rubbing it on the side of the matchbox? Okay, because the matchbox has certain chemicals. The side of the matchbox, that I will tell you later in the later video. It's there in your textbook also, but I'll tell you in a later video that the side of the matchbox as well as the head of the matchstick has certain chemicals. So if you strike them, then only the fire can be caught. Similarly, automatically the matchstick will not catch fire. Okay. We find that a combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. That means, suppose, imagine the matchstick catches fire at 20 degrees Celsius. That is the ignition temperature. So till the 20 degrees Celsius temperature is reached, the matchstick will not catch fire. Okay, so that is the minimum temperature. A minimum temperature has to be there which will help the matchstick to catch fire. Okay. Have you ever seen cooking oil catching fire when frying pan is kept for a long time on a burning stove? Yes. Suppose you have the frying pan on the burning stove, you have put some oil and you have left the oil that way. Okay, you have forgotten to put the vegetables on the oil. The oil is just like there and it is burning. So you will see that your kadhai or your frying pan will catch fire after some time. Okay. So kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own at room temperature, but if kerosene oil is heated a little, it will catch fire. So kerosene oil or wood doesn't catch fire on its own, but you need to heat them a little. So when you heat them a little, it will catch fire. Okay. But if wood is heated a little, it will still not catch fire. Does it mean that ignition temperature of kerosene oil is lower than wood? Yes. That means kerosene oil will catch fire faster than wood. Okay, suppose you're heating kerosene oil and wood together. You will see that kerosene oil will first catch fire, wood will catch fire later. That means the ignition temperature of kerosene oil is less compared to wood. Okay, because kerosene oil gets the temperature easily where it can catch fire, but wood will take some time to get that temperature. Okay, or ignition temperature. Does it mean that we need to take special care in storing kerosene oil? Yes, you have to be very careful, because if you put kerosene oil under direct sunlight, it may catch fire. Or if you put kerosene oil near a gas stove and the gas is burning, it might catch fire. So you have to be very, very careful. Okay. So activity 6.4 is not needed. If you want, you can go through, but it will not come for your exam. So the substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with the flame are called inflammable substances. Okay, I think you must have seen in certain bottles when you buy from the market, it is written highly inflammable, like in perfumes or deodorants or fire extinguishers. You must have seen, no, it's written highly inflammable, or petrol. Okay, so that means those substances which can catch fire easily and can burn easily, okay, those are called inflammable. That means you have to be very careful not to put those substances near fire or under direct sunlight. So if you put them under direct sunlight, or if you put them near a burning fire, then it might catch fire easily. Okay, so those are called inflammable. Examples are petrol, alcohol. So in deos, why it is written highly inflammable? Because deodorants, they contain alcohol, and alcohol is highly inflammable. That is why deodorants, it is said it's highly inflammable. LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, is also highly inflammable. That is why it burns easily and you use it for cooking. Okay, because it is highly inflammable and it burns very easily with the flame. Got it? Inflammable means they can catch fire with a flame. Flame is produced. Okay, when you burn petrol, you will see it will burn with a flame. When you burn LPG, definitely you have seen in cooking in the gas stove, how does LPG burn? It burns with a flame, isn't it? Yes, so those are called inflammable substances. So that's all for today. We'll continue with the explanation in the next class. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.